So I went out and bought the M5 iPad Pro in the 11-inch, which is the exact same as my M4 iPad Pro. That one is also an 11-inch, but the difference with this one is that I got the cellular variant. One, it was the only one that was available, and two, I actually wanted to try the C1X modem because I've been someone that's saying for a long time that the C1 chip here that we found first in the iPhone 16e is simply an amazing chip in terms of cellular connectivity. And then here in the iPhone Air, you also have the C1X, which is my main device, and it's a lot better than the Qualcomm chips. And I said in this review specifically that once the C1X and N1 chip, which this also has, which is for like Bluetooth AirDrop and everything, once these chips make it to flagship devices, they're going to get more attention. And that's exactly what you're seeing now, because people actually buy these a lot more than more people than people buy like the iPhone Air or the iPhone 16e. These chips are finally going to get the attention that I've been screaming about because they're so much better in terms of cellular connectivity. Like there are so many places that I have gone where typically with Qualcomm chips, I just don't even have a good network connection. But with this, or with the iPhone Air, or with even the iPhone 16e, it's simply amazing. Like you have such fast data connection, and that is the case here. Now, I will say that I won't be keeping this because if from like coming from an M4, it just doesn't make sense. But if you are on an older iPad, let's say you're holding on to an older iPad Pro that isn't even the M series, then you're due for an upgrade because this is going to future proof you for software updates and everything. This is the right device to go for, and you could also go for a used iPad Pro in the M4 variant simply because you could save a lot of money. There's always going to be people that are going to be selling their M4 iPad Pros for the M5 because there's a lot of people that upgrade all the time, and that's totally fine. So take advantage of that. Like, you don't have to go out and pay $1,000 for this base model right here. I could get into the numbers and start telling you that this is going to score this much on the Geekbench, but I would be lying to you if I am tapping into that performance. You have to understand that. Like, I, as a regular user, what I am doing with the M4 iPad Pro, I can't even tap into the full potential of that. And so here is the same thing. But I will say that, like, having had to just kind of like use the iPad a little bit more because I wanted to make this video and everything, this is a device that is literally like hindered by Apple. Like, it is just marvelous the fact that this is so slim. The 13-inch is even slimmer than this. This is the 11-inch. I like the 11-inch personally because of the fact that this experience right here. You know, I'm somebody, I like compact devices, like even with my phones, 13 mini, lighter device like the iPhone 16e. Why I like the iPhone Air? It's a really light device. I can't wait until Apple starts making like the Pro model iPhones actually slimmer and lighter. I'm all in favor of that. This is like the future. I don't need battery life that is like 10 days long. I'm not a power user. I don't consider myself to be a user that is constantly on my device. But just using this with the Magic Keyboard and being able to do like 90% of the things that I rely on a computer for, and then you run into that one thing that reminds you that, Apple, come on, what are you doing with this? Like, how are you like pushing the boundaries of this device yet not pushing them? And it's funny, the same company that has the Apple Vision headset thing, which I will never buy because I want to be in tune with the reality and not live inside virtual reality. But that's a topic for a different day. A company that calls that the future of computing, I mean, that same company has the future of computing right here, living inside this iPad Pro. And not only this iPad Pro, but you go back to the M1, the M3 iPad Air, the M2 iPad Air. You go back to all these variants, and these are marvelous and really, really capable computers that are like thin and light. Like, this is the future. I don't know about you, but like when I see thin devices that have this kind of capability, the reason I get excited maybe is because like TVs were as big as this sofa when I was growing up. Like like literally. And for me to have like experiences with devices like the Galaxy Z Fold 7, that's like a folding phone, and here we are and we like criticize these devices. Even you'll find people that criticize this device that, hey, give me bigger battery because I don't need a thin iPad. Come on, man. Like, just imagine for a second that this was able to do everything that a computer can, and you can just literally hold it in your hand. It is so intuitive to work with a device that not only can clip into this Magic Keyboard, and now it's basically a computer, but you can also touch and you can interact with it. This experience is unmatched. I don't need the Vision Pro to be my future computer. Apple, please fix the iPad. You're seriously, I don't know what you're doing, man. Like, I really don't get the fact that we have this marvelous capability in the palm of our hands, and yet it is just hindered because Apple doesn't want to make things like Final Cut Pro that are fully capable of running on here, but they want to make it like totally separate. Why? Because they probably don't want to stop the sales of their MacBooks. But like, I am waiting for that day. I'm waiting for that day where there are no more MacBooks, and all we got are really ultra thin iPads. Because you have to remember, the moment that Apple packs silicon carbide batteries into here, right? Guess what? You've solved the battery problem. That technology exists. It just has to be implemented. So once that technology is implemented into here, I want this to be my only computer. I don't need big old setups and everything. And when you plug this in to a setup, like I literally have a desk on the other side of this camera, and you can see my desk setup in my desk setup video. When I connect this and I just see that I this could be my computer. Like, if I didn't run into those few things, this could be my computer. And that is the takeaway here, is that this is just an insane amount of performance in the palm of your hands. Performance that you're probably not going to use. I'm sure there are people that can tap into this and take full on advantage of this kind of performance, but I mean, me, I cannot. Like, that's just true. I mean, I'm just giving you facts, and that's what this channel is all about. Only facts and the truth. So I really wish that the iPad can become my computer. I'm waiting for that day. And this is marvelous. Like, if you have been waiting, upgrade to this. You're not going to be disappointed. And if you do upgrade, one recommendation I'll make to you, skip the nano texture, get the matcha screen protector. It literally looks the same. I literally went into the Apple store and I put the matcha screen protector on my iPad Pro next to the nano texture display, and they literally look the same, except this one is like 20 bucks or something on Amazon. And yeah, it'll protect your screen too because it's tempered glass. So I rely on this like for all of my devices. So this is basically like, there's nothing else for me to review here except for the fact that I just wanted to share my thoughts on the M5 iPad Pro. Great upgrade if you're coming from an older one, but if you have anything in the recent years, you don't need this until, let's say, tomorrow morning. Apple's like, hey, you know what? We're going to unlock the iPad. Guess who's going to be the first person in line at the store to buy one? Right here, me. Because I love the iPad Pro, and it's just missing that little bit, and it'll become like a whole different experience. I hope you found some value here. If you did, just give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and most importantly, take care of yourself. And I will see you in the next video.